everyone, and welcome back. It's Haywood again, and welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day because we are unboxing a brand new tarantula, a beautiful Brachypelma klaasi, also known as the Mexican pink tarantula. We have a sub-adult female inside. We'll also be rehousing it into its permanent enclosure. So stick around and see the stunning spider and learn a bit more how I personally keep them. But yeah, without further ado, let's start with the unboxing. This female just arrived and I can't wait to see it. I always make sure the box is not damaged, and the heat pack was still warm when I got her, so I mean you can see the tiny legs over there and she seems to be doing fine. No leakage or anything. Sometimes if the spider is injured, you will see like damage or leak fluid, and you can see it outside the box already. So the tissue, the kitchen towel inside looks clean, so that's good news. And let's see. Just be careful. Usually it's usually a good idea to use the tongue to remove the kitchen towel, because you don't know what mood the tarantula is in after the shipment. It's a pretty stressful experience for them, that's for sure. Just hold on, let's see. Alright. Ooh, she's bigger than I thought. She might be an adult already. And look at her. You can see the pinkish orangish color on the legs clearly. And that's the bald patch. Yeah, it's a bit dark, so she might be nearing primo. Let's close the lid for a bit so she wouldn't run everywhere. And let's get prepared for the rehouse. Now let's talk about the ideal enclosure for your Brachypelma klaasi. And since this is a terrestrial species, a horizontal tank is usually the best. I'm also using a topsoil mix with some other soil that I personally collect in the wild. So as for my enclosure design, I'm drawing my inspiration from a video by Bugs and Stuff. They do a lot of cool videos of tarantulas in situ, and I found one on Klaasi where they look for the tarantula in their natural habitat in Mexico on embankments and slopes. And in that video they mentioned that Klaasis are often found in deep burrows or shallow scrapes underneath rocks or roots. And I'll be doing exactly that today. So I'll be using a reed-like piece of wood that I found in the forest, which is this one. This looks like it got a pretty nice burrow built in. So yeah, it's a really nice piece of wood that I personally love. So I'll take up some of the soil over here. There are an opportunistic burrower, so that's why they have deeper and they are found in both deep burrows and shallow scrapes. They just tend to find any place that they could hide in and maybe dig up some soil, but not a really deep burrow like some of the Anthonopemas, etc., which will dig all the way down couple 10 inches burrows and stuff like that. Not for the Brachypelmas, so I don't need to give them particularly deep substrate if I'm keeping them in captivity, because the only reason they need to dig really deep is to protect themselves from extreme temperatures and conditions. But it won't happen in captivity. So yeah, here's our burrow. I need to level it out a bit. They're also found on embankments and slopes. So I'll try and create that in here. Alright. Gonna need a bit more substrate. Right. Trying to create that slope-like structure. Alright, looking good. So here's the burrow, and let's see how deep it is. It's around 5 to 7 or 8 inches, give or take, so it's pretty deep inside. And pretty sure it's big enough for Brachypelma. They're not particularly huge. Right. Now that we got the burrow ready, oh my god, it looks so amazing. I hope I could find a few more corkbark like this. Like, they're just perfect for your tarantulas. Gonna add some moss that I pick up from the forest as well. Alright, just so it holds moisture a bit better. We'll put some over there. And now, time for a water dish. Right? Water dish. I'll place one over here, just at the corner. And time to add some water. I'll add some water to the substrate as well. So there we have it. That's the enclosure done. And let's take a better look at the female. Look at her. Although most Brachypelmas are known for their docile nature, like all tarantulas, they can still kick hair, and it's always best to handle them sparingly. They can be quite skittish, and the urticating hair from Brachypelmas are pretty bad. And so, yeah, if you do handle your tarantula, also remember to do it close to the ground, just in case they drop. We might rupture the abdomen, especially one that's big. Look at that fat booty. But yeah, there we go, we got her in. Okay. Right, look at her. Right. After rehousing, it's always important to give your tarantula some time to adjust, and I'll just leave it alone for a day or two before I try to offer it food. Although looking at the size of the abdomen and the shape of and the color of the bald spot, I'm not sure if she will take it, but I'll try. I guess now that the tarantula is in, it's about time for me to briefly talk about the species. The Brachypelma klaasi is native to the Pacific coast of Mexico, and it's known for a striking pink and black coloration, especially the ones on the legs. I mean, it's not really that pink looking at it now, but compared to other species from the Brachypelma genus, the Smithy, Mori, Amelia, etc., they look a lot more bright orange. The Baumgarteni and the Oratum, they look really red on the patellas as well. So this one is a bit more subtle, the color, and closer to the pink side, I would say. Well, I probably don't agree with her, but that's how it got its name, I guess. And yeah, species is, like I said, a terrestrial tarantula. And they're an opportunistic burrower, and that's why I have this enclosure set up for her. And yeah, they are a pretty slow grower, just like other Brachypelmas, and they take several years to reach maturity. And this one is close to there, and one or two more, and I think she'll be an adult and ready for breeding. Ooh. And although the Brachypelma klaasi and other Brachypelmas are from Mexico, a lot of people heard Mexico and immediately give them really warm temperatures, but they don't really require that. I personally keep these around 22 to 27 degrees, give or take, because in the wild, even if it's like 30 something degrees in the open, inside the burrow it's quite a lot cooler where the sun could have hit. In captivity, they are confined in a pretty small enclosure, and the temperature difference within the enclosure isn't that big. Whereas in the wild, if it's too hot for them, they could like always go deeper underground, go elsewhere, etc. So just be sure when you are finding the correct temperatures for your tarantulas. You can't just go to the Google. You can't just go Google Mexico wherever and find the temperature and use it as a reference. You just have to be a bit more careful and thoughtful about the actual temperaments, temperatures and requirements. And yeah, the humidity wise, I keep them around 60 to 70%. Not too humid. Just always a full water dish and dry your substrate in general. I lightly mist the enclosure from time to time, but yeah, just make sure it doesn't get too damp as it can lead to like mold as well. But yeah, feeding them is quite straightforward as well. They're not really the best. The Brachypelmas are not always the greatest eater, and I feed them like crickets, sometimes like once or twice every 1 or 2 weeks. And if it takes food, I'll give them another cricket. If not, then I'll just remove it the next day. But yeah, let's see if it will go into the burrow I've made for you. Come on now, buddy. Ooh, there we go. Now that's your forever home. Look at that abdomen. Look at that fat abdomen and the bald patch. It's not black yet, but it's not the beige color we usually see. So think it will be molting soon. Keeping the Brachypelma klaasi healthy is relatively easy if you maintain the proper care. They don't really need any special adjustments requirements, and you just got to watch out for signs of distress, etc. If they're kicking hair excessively, or signs of dehydration, if their abdomen is all shriveled up. But those can be easily prevented by ensuring a clean water dish and a proper temperature and like humidity level. And I personally make sure that the substrate is filled all the way up close to the lid. It's a slope right here, a bit deeper on this side, but still not too deep. So even if the tarantula decides to climb onto the lid, it wouldn't sustain any fall damage. And yeah, that's about it. A complete guide for the Brachypelma klaasi. And with the right setup, diet and attention, and this beautiful tarantula can live a very long life. For some of the females, they can live up to 20 years, sometimes more than that. Although this one is a sub-adult already, I'm pretty sure she still got more than 10 years left in her. And yeah. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more tarantulas videos in the future. And thanks for watching and happy keeping. Look at her going into the burrow now. I'll see you guys again soon.